Yeah. Step in the circle, queens rise and glow. We talk truth, let the inner light show. Real ones link, we ain't moving alone. Faith, fire, purpose, built in the bone. Mind on mission, heart stay aligned. Sisterhood strong, power redesigned. Checking in weekly, spirit refined. We break through the noise, wisdom divine. Hey,
Sisterhood check-in, tap into light. God in the light, though, we fight the good fight.
No mask, no shame, come as you are. From broken to bold, yeah, we're raising the bar.
Sisterhood check-in, tap into light. This ain't just talk, we walk with the word.
Faith in motion, fly like a bird. Every episode of Spark, get back on your feet. Clarity, power, purpose, peace. Chains fall down and the cycle cease. Every queen tuned in, know you belong. You're chosen, equipped, and spiritually strong. Sisterhood checking, vibe don't lie. Built from the pain, but we rise so high. In the middle, we fight the good fight, no mask.
Hey yo, Sisterhood check-in, tap into light. God in the light, now we fight the good fight.
No mask, no shame, come as you are. From broken to bold.
Welcome to Sisterhood Check-In. I am your author and coach, Nadira Lewis, and it is Friday! Woo! I'm excited to be able to come here on Sisterhood Check-In and to be able to share with you all the wonderful things that we've been doing here on Sisterhood Check-In. You know, I've been interviewing some amazing people, and I'm excited to see what next year is going to bring for Sisterhood Check-In. Thank you guys for those that continue to support and watch, whether you're watching on a replay or whether you're watching online. It is every small bit of support is deeply appreciated. If you are watching me on YouTube, you know how we do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button so you can be notified whenever we upload a new video, because I don't only upload during Fridays, I do upload during the week. So don't miss out on those videos. So make sure you hit that notification button so you can be notified every time I upload a video. If you are watching me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or all the other platforms, make sure you hit like and share so that others that are out there in the internet streets can be able to get in the so we can get in the algorithm, and so that others can be blessed by the encouragement, the message, the business advice, all the wisdom that comes from Sisterhood Check-In can be able to take part of that. So I'm going to go ahead and play this quick video for you real quick. And then after that, I'm going to bring up my amazing guest for tonight, Keila Cravid, the transformational coach. We'll be right back after this.
We are living in a time where true wisdom is rare. We have all kinds of opinions, voices pulling us in different kinds of directions. But where is the clarity? Where is the counsel from the Lord? Wisdom is not just about making good decisions. It's about becoming the woman that God trusts with those decisions. Wisdom keeps you rooted. The Word of God tells us in Proverbs chapter 20, verse 5, that though good advice lies within the heart, deep within the heart, a man with understanding will draw it out. Join the Wisdom Academy, where you'll not only experience change, but you'll be stretched and most of all, transformed by the Word of God.
All right, welcome back here to Sisterhood Check-In. I am just like so excited. I cannot wait to introduce my guest today, but make sure you call up your girlfriends and tell them Sisterhood Check-In is on the air. Make sure you get your coffee and your tea, because honey, we about to be transformed today. Welcome again back to the Sisterhood Check-In platform, my friend, Keila Cravid, transformational coach. Keila! How the girls are doing it?
Like this.
How are you?
Oh my gosh, Nadira, I have been while since we haven't reconnected. So grateful.
It's been a while, but you know, even though we don't get to talk every day, we are still connected here on these internet streets, and I'm always watching you and seeing all the amazing things that you're doing. You yourself from the last time we chatted has transformed like crazy. So I'm really interested to find out what Keila has been doing over these past couple of years. So share with us, those that don't know you, how did you, where did this transformation come from?
Mm, yes. Hi. Hello, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening, because we are international here.
Yes, Keila's in
Right?
Portuguese, or Portugal.
Yes.
She's in Portugal.
I am in England at the
Oh, you
moment.
went back to England.
But
Okay, okay.
yes,
Hey,
yes.
USA International.
Absolutely. So when I hear the desired transformation,
Mhm,
it takes me back to my roots when I was little. I remember like a meeting with my friends
mhm.
and truly connecting with them in the way that we wanted to know more about people around us, but in a curious way. No, and
Yeah.
then this desire just changed as I moved to Portugal and then
Mhm.
later on to England. I lost that touch of what is it
Mm,
that it looked like to really touch base with the people and wanting to know
mhm.
more about it. And then in Portugal, what ended up happening, Nadira, I want to be really open and honest here because I haven't shared this
Yes.
with so many people. So when I was 19 in Portugal, I was abused, like sexual abuse, for a guy that met me in the street. My dream was to become a model. And he
Yeah.
approached me and said, "Hey, I believe you could become." And so I trust.
Mhm.
And with that, what happened as a result is I lost my ground. I stopped trusting God,
Mhm.
stopped trusting
Mhm.
myself. I felt like
Yeah.
I wanted to dig in a hole and just hide. And for so
Mm,
long time, that have been like a living in the shadow type of it. And
mhm.
this way, what ended up happening is I felt lonely, even though we were over 8 billion people around the world. I
Mhm.
felt unseen and felt that no matter what, I get to hide this part of me, that
Mm.
it's not safe to
Yeah.
share what I'm experiencing.
Got
And
you.
to be here and share this is a lot of work had to be done to even be able to share this openly here, because even my family, they don't know about it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I know that's got to be hard because it's never easy for anyone to be able to experience abuse, but let alone have to be able to open up and be able to share with your family and have that fear of how am I going to be looked at? Am I going to be, are they going to condemn me? Are they going to scold me? Are they going to encourage me? Did you deal with some of that, or were you like, I know my family's here, I'm not concerned? What was the thing that caused you to not want to share with your family such a
Uh,
delicate situation?
I would say the disappointment
Mm,
for my uncle, I would say,
mm,
because I was living with him at the time. So when I was 13, my dad passed away. So I moved to Portugal to live with my uncle because my grandma believed that I would have a better future there.
mhm,
And when I think of it, I feel fear, scared of sharing that with him because of
mhm,
that disappointment that that would create from him. And from
mm,
my mom, I felt like I let her down, like that guilt of moving across the
mhm.
country and allowing that to happen.
Yeah.
And I was 19 at the time, Nadira.
Yeah.
And the way was, how was I so stupid?
Mm,
19 years old. And I've seen on the internet, I have seen um, on the news about like making strange people, creating a bond or those kind of things could happen. How did I allow that to happen to me?
Mm,
For many years, I've been sat in that story of how did
mm,
that happen to me? Like, I mean, I was smart enough
yeah.
to not letting those things happen. And how did God let that happen? That was the harsh, painful truth for me because it
Mm-hmm.
was in that why me story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how could I move on in my life
Mm-hmm.
knowing that I have this dark side of myself and now I have to show up in the world like that part that didn't matter. So I learned to create a mask,
Yeah.
pretend that everything was all right,
Yeah.
feeling
Isn't that what we
almost.
do? Isn't that what we do though? We like, even no matter how young, no matter, of course, as we get older, we learn after the fact, but isn't that what we do? We mask so that we don't, so that we don't have to be seen in the reality of what has happened to us. And most of the time, it's not because we don't always have the support. It's like you said, it's because of the disappointment,
Mhm,
not knowing how our closest family and friends will see us. Will they see me as a disappointment? Will they see me as you was grown and you just was out there and better and that this, because that was one of the things I dealt with, is that being young and naive, you sometimes you do things, you allow things to happen and enter into your life, and then and then you'd be like, man, the disappointment is because what their family is going to say. You should have known better, but you don't always know, because when you're young, you're a little bit naive, right? And you don't really know, a lot of the stuff you don't have the experience yet, of what abuse really, how the abuse story actually starts. You don't know.
mhm.
So I can definitely understand that. When you went through this and you were going through this abuse thing, what was it like when did you eventually bring it to your family, or is it?
No, I never spoke out
Oh wow,
loud
so this is
about.
your first time.
Yes,
Oh
that
wow.
I'm actually sharing it publicly for the first time because for many years I felt shame, I felt guilt, I felt like it's something I shouldn't share. I shouldn't speak about it because I knew better. So there is this heaviness that comes
Mm,
to my body like by
yeah.
simple sharing it, and I protect that part of my
Yeah.
story because I
Yeah.
was like, from all of the story, this is one that I do not want to share because it's not sexy enough, not beautiful enough.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
so I
Mhm.
hide. Yeah, like I shared about my story, and then what ended up happening is I've been attracting relationship that wasn't serving me,
Mm.
the way that I couldn't show up myself fully. So in every area of my life, I felt like I was showing up, but never authentic, never like I
Mm.
fully me, because I couldn't trust myself enough to just be open and transparent because that part of myself was hidden. It's like
Mm.
if the people knew this side of me, how would they perceive me? What would
Mm.
they say? So those questions was like a better hide it
Yeah.
because if they don't know, they can like judge you for none of that.
Yeah.
And I know like so many people like experience this and
Mhm.
probably felt the same way that I felt, the
Mhm.
fear, the shame, the guilt, the believing that the family will judge and scold them, like you mentioned, uh, instead of asking for support, like in
Mhm.
the early stage.
Yeah.
So it have been over 14 years now,
Wow.
and I didn't have the opportunity to share that to the world openly.
Well, let's not take that. This is huge. So this is your first time, and I appreciate you having the courage to come up on Sisterhood Check-In and say, hey, because Sisterhood Check-In is watched everywhere. So I'm assuming that your family may watch this.
Mhm.
So I don't want to take it lightly that you had the courage to do that. That's a huge thing because that's the hardest thing. I don't think people understand how much courage it takes to really share like your journey in such a detrimental um thing like abuse, and then have to be able to say, hey, this happened to me. And then I mean, I applaud you for that because it takes a lot of courage for that. Did that have a lot to do with why you decided to go transformational? Did having this experience cause you to be like, you know what, I want to, because you talked a lot about authenticity and
Mhm.
being authentic. And one way to deal with authenticity is you have to be able to see yourself the way you have to see yourself in a different light. You have to see yourself as you see yourself. You have to see yourself, like I say, in the essence of who you are. So what was it in this transformational moment that made you say, you know what, I'm going to shift? Because you were doing confident coaching at one time, and now your focus is transformational leadership. Where did that? When did the shift take place? Was it after this, or was it just after dealing with enough time of reflecting? Where did that shift take place?
Yeah. So as I share my story, like I wanted to be model, right? And I
Got
felt
it.
like this was something that I truly wanted to do, and
Mhm.
the dream was stolen by this trauma, and I didn't have I wasn't able to dream fully, right? Because if
Mm,
I dream, my dream will be stolen again.
mm,
So in that, I would be always putting myself out there, but
mhm,
hold on one second. I cannot fully be seen. I cannot fully
mm,
up to the world because one, I won't be safe, and two, my dream will be stolen. So how
mm,
can I show up in the way that don't happen? So it was kind of like a being half in, half out uh,
mhm,
from the journey, not fully embracing myself
mhm.
in the journey. What is it that I truly wanted? So the journey started back then in 2019 when I went to Disney. That
Okay.
right, right, to see like a hearing that song, like a here's the
Mhm,
opportunity to dream again, and that
mhm,
started my journey of self development. When I started, came back to UK and start looking for the ways that I possibly could start making a life, because I am
mhm,
single mom.
mhm,
I was working full time,
mhm,
and I knew that something within myself
mhm.
get to go out there. I knew like I'm made for big stuff, but I
Yeah.
didn't know what is it. I couldn't grasp, but I was like, I don't have the school, I don't have the skill set, don't have the knowledge. So all those stories, what came up to mind, even though I had the calling. So I started looking for it online. The coaching came in. I started the journey of coaching, which
Mhm.
where we met in the confidence
Yeah,
coach at the
definitely. Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
right? And I was striving for being confident coach. But what really happened is me still looking for the answer
Mm,
to really fix what I wasn't be willing to open up to the world and share with the world openly. So I went through, I was like, for a moment, I wanted to be self-worth coach. I wanted to be self-love coach. And I wanted to be confidence coach. I wanted to be empowerment coach. And
mm,
the latest that I have done was weight loss coach
mm,
up until last year
mhm,
aside. So it's by looking in the ways to bring that together to see, okay, what is it that I really want now? And
mm,
how can I truly support people? What exactly am I supporting people with? I always wanted to build the community, but was always that fear of not be able to hold people
mm,
accountable for what they want. Because how could I hold myself accountable for what I want if I didn't know what I wanted, or
mm,
my dream couldn't come to the fruition
mhm,
because I was so scared to put myself out there.
Mm.
So in that path, it took me to the leadership journey where I developed, I went through the emotional intelligence training
Nice.
uh, with an amazing company, Hardcore Leadership in America, actually.
Okay.
And from that point, I moved to the next level, which is the PhD journey.
Mm.
And with the PhD, I have learned so much.
Mm.
ACL play a massive part of open up the shelf, uncover the layers of
Mm.
willing to really see deeper,
Mhm. Mhm.
because they have the 3 point training, which is create the
Mhm.
vision, having the
Mhm.
breakthrough, and then practice what you want to create in life.
Mm.
And from that, I was like, oh my God, that is amazing. And then what is next? What is next?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
next? So the PhD is really what is next. Be able to train myself to be a trainer and
Mm.
become a better communicator and listen to the listening and really flex into people's personality, because I would just interact with the people who are all energetic and happy and excited.
Mhm. Mhm.
And people who are not is like, oh, you're too boring. So
Yeah.
what this training really teach me was there is other style that you really can learn to adapt and adjust and communicate with those style in order to land your communication.
Mm.
And that is where comes the dare to be seen that we want to talk about in here. What it truly is
Mhm.
me stepping into embrace my greatness in more authentic way. Because
Mm.
what was coming up for me as a result of this training, Nadira, is the trust. I couldn't trust myself,
Mm.
the self-acceptance. So even though people were sharing how powerful I was showing up and how powerful I am, I couldn't take it in. Right?
Mm.
I couldn't take it in because I was seeing myself as a flaw, as if a part of
Mm.
myself was broken,
Mhm.
couldn't be fixed.
Mm.
So in knowing that it's trust, so who do I get to be to go for the things that I want in life? Who do I get to be in order to experience the life fully? Who do I get to be
Mhm.
to shine my light? And I know that you are you at home that are listen to this conversation right now. Somewhere along the way, you felt that you knew deep inside you have more to give to the world, and yet something is holding you, rather
Mhm.
you don't feel safe, rather you don't feel seen, or you
Mhm.
don't feel heard, you don't believe like you have enough skill, whatever may be. You really want to go one layer deeper and see what is it that I am avoiding,
Mm.
right? And how can I take myself in the
Mhm.
way that it will create
Mhm.
what you truly authentic want, and what
Mm.
experience you want pass through the people.
Yeah.
So in there to be seen, I am here inviting you already to join me. It's gonna happen in January 7 at 6 p.m. UK time. It's 10 a.m. PT and 1 p.m. East. And what truly will be is walking you through a transformation journey of what it look like to trust yourself again and accept yourself as you are, not wanting to change anything, not wanting to avoid anything, but bring show up in the way in the world in the way that you get to bring all of you, all aspect of you, honor what
Mhm.
happened, and live in the way that it feels truly authentic for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that because I think in order a lot of people, I think, they have that inward desire to want to do better, to want to be better. They want to. I think everybody has that part of them, like Myron Golden says, that want to contribute, right,
Mhm.
to the world. But I think the most important part is what you talked about, is the transformation you had to go through in your own personal life, right?
Mhm.
So you went and you did the work, right? Because a lot of people want to skip the work, right? And they don't want to become who they need to be in order to do what they need to do, right? And have what they want to have. Some people want to skip and they just want to do. I want to do. And you can't overlook the fact that you have to do the inner work so that you're not bleeding, right? While you're trying to help other people, that you're like, it doesn't mean that you don't have your own brokenness. It doesn't mean that you don't have your own things that you struggle with, but you got to be able to deal with those things in such a way that it doesn't affect or cross contaminate while you're helping other people. So I love the fact that even in that work that you were doing for yourself, that you start to realize, like, wait a minute, now I'm healing. Now I'm at that point. Now I know there's a part of me that wants to help somebody else transform in the same way. And I love that you allowed yourself to be a part of a community of people that can show you that, which is why one of the reasons why I built the Wisdom Academy. The Wisdom Academy was built on the framework of wisdom to help women deal with areas of their worth and identity and their stewardship over their gifts and talents and ideas, and being able to be able to discern and discover, like, what am I here for? Am I just here just to be here? And it helped them overcome different mindsets that affect their mind, that affect their money, their mindset, and their parenting as a mother. So I love, love, love that you are taking this opportunity after you've grown and say, hey, let me come up here, let me put this up here, let me help other women. And for those of you that are watching, her Dare to Be Seen conference is going to be on January 7th. Make sure you click that link down here at the bottom and register. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see and hear the transformation. I can just tell right now, you just always had a calmness about you, Keila. You always was just, you hit it well, because I did not even know, and that you were even experiencing that. So you are really good at carrying the trauma that you went through. But I love that you didn't just carry it. You took it and you decided, you made a decision. And that's what people don't understand. You have to decide that I'm not going to, there's a lot of people that don't want to be in the mess that they're in. They want to they don't want the trauma, but they don't want to do the work that comes with dealing with the trauma. You have to do the work if you want to see freedom. You have to decide, this is the last month, day, year. That's it, And part of the authenticity is being able to understand that I may need help with this. I may need somebody to coach me, or I might need to go through therapy. I may need somebody else to come in and help me, especially, depending on how deep the trauma has gone. So I'm really grateful for your boldness and your courageous acts to be able to do the work, because that's the hard part. You do the work. The rest, most people don't understand. That's the hard part, is taking that step and saying, hey, I have a young lady that I'm going to be that's going to be coming on, is going through a similar thing, going through abuse, and there's so many facets to abuse that people don't understand. And this is why, doing this is important, because some people, like with you've been dealing with this since you was 19 and your family didn't know. So look at how many women that are still in it, probably trying to figure out, what do I do next? What's the next step? Because I went through the same thing too. And I wish I would have had something like this that I could have been able to watch and say, man, there were some people who knew my situation, but a lot of people didn't, right? Because I didn't want to go through explaining everything all over again. I didn't want to be felt sorry for. I just needed help. I just wanted to get out. And I promised the Lord when I was in the shelter, I was like, if you get me out, I'll never, ever return back. But then he started to deal with me and say, I brought you out. Now it's time for you to go get healed and go help. It's like I felt like the Harriet Tubman. Like, because when God delivers you from something, we owe it to him to go back and share the good, to share how we got out so that we can help other people. Because we know we the only ones that know what it's like. We've been there. We've been alongside of them. And sometimes they need to see you. They need to see, oh, she went through that and she came out of it. Because like I said all the time, people always tell you, rarely do we know when people are entering into a situation, a traumatic event. But we always hear when they come out, oh, I'm out. But nobody talks about the journey in it while I'm going through it. How do I deal with my emotions while I'm going through it? How do I take the necessary steps? How do I do this? Right? Not everybody has that ability to. Not everybody wants to reveal that, because most of the time when we want to get out, we don't want to talk about it. I don't want to deal with it. That was then, and this is now. But we do, Keila, have an obligation to, because somebody is looking, to say, hey, how did you get to where you are? How did you get confident? How did you transform? How did you even take the necessary steps to even make the decision? Because that's where it starts. It starts with the decision. I don't want to do this. So I'm really excited to kind of see what Dare to Be Seen is going to be like. I know, it's going to be a lot. I've seen some of the things that you've done on these internet streets up here on Facebook. So I want to see Keila in her element and see, because you've come such a long way, and I'm so proud of you. I'm excited. And you guys that are watching, I'm telling you, make sure you sign up for the Dare to Be Seen Transformational Leadership event. If you are struggling and you want that same type of transformation, man, Keila has shared her story. This is her first time airing it to all of you. So, show up. If you are dealing with the same thing, make sure you reach out and register. And the thing about it, it's free. It is free, but it's not really free because she paid a price to be able to show up. Her transformation cost her. So your only admission to this event is to just register. Take the first step and let Keila help you with the second step. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to continue with Keila while Keila gets more into this Dare to Be Seen. I want you to call up your girlfriends and tell them, hey, I'm watching, and Nadira has Keila on, and man, this girl has gone through some stuff. Man, call them up and tell them Sisterhood Check-In is on the air, and we'll be right back after this.
Step in the circle, queens rise and glow. We talk truth, let the inner light show. Real ones link, we ain't moving alone. Faith, fire, purpose, built in the bone. Mind on mission, heart stay aligned. Sisterhood strong, power redesign. Checking in weekly, spirit refined. We break through the noise, wisdom divine.
Check in, tap into light. God in the middle, we fight the good fight. No mask, no shame, come as you are. From broken to bold, yeah, we're raising the bar. Sisterhood Check-In, tap into light. This ain't just talk, we walk with the word. Faith in motion, fly like a bird. Healing in a rhythm, truth in a beat.
Nadira speaks, her voice carves the air. Proverbs painting pictures, stories laid bare. She moves mountains with the flick of a prayer. Lessons of the word, truth leaves there. Parables weaving through beats that don't stop. Wisdom dripping down like rain on the block. Holy Spirit whispers, hands on the clock. Life lessons knocking, door unlocked. Yeah, scripture in the veins, running through the flow. Life's foundation, roots that grow. The spirit moves where the mind can't go. Biblical wisdom is all I know.
Yeah, the oil of joy. Let it cover my soul. Let the scent of redemption make my heart whole. I wear his promise. I wear his peace. The essence of a woman, bold, yeah, me. Oh, the oil of joy is the fragrance of me.
All right, and we are back here on Sisterhood Check-In with my amazing guest, Keila Cravid, the transformational leadership coach. I'm excited, Keila. You went, I just applaud you for your courage to just be to share your authentic self on Sisterhood Check-In, and to be able to share some of the things that you went through for the first time. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Your conference that you're getting ready to do, the Transformational Leadership Conference, Dare to Be Seen. Tell us a little bit more about that and how we can, I know there's a link down here in the bottom, but tell us what can we expect to be a part of this conference?
Yeah, first of all, Nadira, I just want to say that I wasn't even, my intention wasn't to share what I share. He just came up.
Yeah,
So I'm taking it as it was the right moment and right time to open up, because this thing is heavy
it
to
is.
hold the burden for so long,
Mm-hmm.
not be able to share, because that was weighing me down so much that who I want to become, he gets to just burst open into see the possibility of leading the way of women who went through the same experience, knowing that there is a safe space for them to come in, be heard, be seen, um, and just simple being without having to say anything, just simple being, right? So the dare to be seen is truly stepping into trusting myself, trusting that I
Mm.
know enough, and what I have is enough, and truly accept all part of myself, not seeing myself as being broken or there is something wrong with me, um, but to truly be able to take my power back and dream again. So for so long, that power have been placing in the wrong, in the hand of the abuser, because I believed that he would come back and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
share the videos,
Mm-hmm.
share what happened. So I live with that ghost of I'm not allowed to dream. I'm not allowed to go for the things that I want, because if I go,
Mm-hmm.
something bad will happen. If I go, I will be seen, but in a very wrong way. So there to be seen, the framework for guiding people is shine, which is really start with the self acceptance,
Mm-hmm.
right? What is it that look like in your life if
Mm-hmm.
you would accept yourself without shrinking, without hiding, without having to put in anyone else above your own need? How is it that look like in your life in
Mm-hmm.
this step in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Because when awareness is everything, you cannot change what you're not willing to see. And for me,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to change because I wasn't willing to see that I wasn't accepting me. I wasn't accepting that, yes, this event happened, but that power gets to come back to myself,
Mm-hmm.
not somebody else controlling me, not somebody else with whatever information that can happen. I even have a friend share, like if the person shared the video, you can like put a fine against to him. I was like, can I do that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know those
Mm-hmm.
things, right? Because I'm like, imagine the video comes up to the internet,
Mm-hmm.
the shame that I will expend, at what cost would that happen? So
Mm-hmm.
it is accepting that there is nothing broken. I was 19 years old, naive, didn't know what exactly I was doing. And
Yeah.
I wasn't the wrong. And when I think back, what I see is I God saved me from not going to human trafficking because that
Wow.
could potential happen.
Wow.
So it is like a yes. Why this happened? Because I sat so long in why it happened. Because God want me to be the voice of the
Mm.
those who cannot speak,
Yeah. So
and
what
I
do
reject that.
so what would you advise? I know you said you were 19 and you were naive because at 19 years old, we think we know everything at 19. We think we are so smart that when we turn 18, we have had life all figured out until we come up in situations that are beyond our years of experience. What advice would you give to a 19-year-old that's watching and saying, hey, Kayla, I think I'm in a similar situation and I'm not quite sure how to navigate through this? What would be practical advice for a 19-year-old in that could be or is in that situation and maybe their family has seen it and said, hey, because there were times where I was warned and I was told, but I was like, oh, I got this. I under the understanding heart always get you.
Mhm.
Oh, he's not like this. What would your advice be to somebody who is in that situation and is 19 and feels like they got it all figured out?
So for prior to the event, I would say because mine it was about being model, so I had to go for the photo shoot and everything. Taking someone you trust with you in the
Mm-hmm.
journey, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that you are not alone and
Mm-hmm.
everyone else knows like what exactly you are doing in your life. I didn't tell my family that I was going for the photo shoot. I didn't told my family that I was going for the video. I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, I am brave enough. I'm going to do this. This is my dream. This is what I want, and I'm going for it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when the situation happened, for example, go to the police
Mm-hmm.
so that the police can hold you accountable that is not you are not at fault.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And yes, you're not gonna be able, I wasn't able to rescue my life back and for what happened, but would probably avoid somebody else going through the same experience, or
Mm-hmm.
so many other people going through the same experience through that person.
Yeah.
So it is really go to the police and open up to your family as early as possible, because that way will place you in a deep hole darkness
Mm-hmm.
that it will take a long time to come out. So as early you open to work on this thing, and it takes courage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it takes courage, it takes being vulnerable, it takes going to places that perhaps you're not ready to,
Mm-hmm.
but it is making that choice knowing that something is at stake.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of young girls don't realize that the open doors that these where this stuff happens is through modeling and photography. Let me take a picture of you, or let me do. My daughter's 33 now, and I remember when my daughter was like, I think she was like about 15, 16, and there was a company that was actually a photography company that was doing connecting with another agency to get models. But knowing what I know now makes me realize I'm really grateful to God that I stepped in, because she was like, no, no, no. And I'm like, no, you got to be careful with these people. You got to have somebody with you. I
Mhm.
don't, beauty is so overrated nowadays. Everybody wants to show how beautiful they keep their body and their face. And that's wonderful to be the face of an image. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with modeling. But you do have to be careful. You have to make sure that you let somebody know, hey, I'm going over here. I'm going to do this. My daughter's in California now, and she had been trying, she disagreed with me about her wanting to, she's always wanted to do, acting, modeling and stuff like that, but it's never that I never wanted her to do it. I just was always very, like, just use wisdom, use discernment, let
Mhm.
somebody know, because these people out here, they don't care how old you are. They don't care. They look for naive young women. When you look at a lot of, I don't even know if we can use that word on YouTube or these, because everything is so, they'll shut you down for just saying certain things. But if you are in a place, or you're going, even that job, there were people that were going to Indeed for an interview,
Mhm.
Kayla, and was being trafficked and didn't even know it. So you have to find somebody, even if you feel like you and your parents are not on good terms. You got a good friend. Call your best friend. Call somebody and say, hey, I'm about to go to this thing. I do it now, and I'm 51, and I still, when I go on dates, when I go places, I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm sending my location, because you don't know, because even at the age that I am at, I'm still not naive to figure out that there are still people out there that still, not everybody's is out to harm you, but you do have to use wisdom. So when I go out and I go on dates, I'm texting my kid, but my location is always on, from my
Mhm.
best friends to my kids. So everybody knows where I'm at, no matter where I'm at. They know. And they'll text me like, hey, and sometimes I'll tell them, hey, I'm about to go on a date. Like, I went on a date, a while ago. I was like, hey, I'm about to go on a date. This is my location. Because you have to the times that we're living in nowadays, you can't just close your eyes and young people tend to think that they've got it all figured out. But
Mhm.
not everybody, Kayla, gets to make it out like you and I. Not everybody gets to make it out. Sometimes people that attempt to do it, that's their last time. They don't get to come back. They don't get to come back. So you definitely have to use wisdom and join the event. Let Kayla walk you through the wisdom. Let Kayla walk you through how to be able to accept everything that's inside of you, whatever that's on the inside of you that's not broken, right? Because there's some areas of you that are not broken. That is the essence of who you are, right? And there's some areas of you that may be broken. Let Kayla help you navigate through that. Kayla, did you have any final words before we end the broadcast? Because you know, I know you're a woman of few words, but I know when you talk, you have something to say. So what will be your final advice to women or young men that are struggling to be authentic and struggling to get rid of the mask and be authentically themselves? What will your advice be to that person that's watching?
Especially in the world that we are living now, AI based, I would say the world needs you as you are, your true, unique self. Because when you put the mask on, when I put the mask on, it's so hard to
Mhm.
connect. And
Yes.
connection is one thing that we crave the most in the midst of what we are navigating nowadays.
Mhm.
And you truly want to show up as you. And I'm saying that with my heart pouncing, because how can I avoid this to myself for so long? And that connection wasn't being built because I wasn't being truly authentic to myself. I
Mhm.
was hiding a part of me because I was afraid
Mhm.
to show up in this way. But
Mhm.
look into the possibilities of what can be created because I'm choosing to step into accepting all part of me, being honest with where I am at without having to change anything, because sometimes we are comparing with ourselves with X, Y, and Z, and we
Mhm.
forgetting that God made us unique, and we are that beautiful seed that will be able to bear the fruit that will serve so many, because the plant never eats its own fruit, right? So
That's so good, Kayla.
yes, and it is be able to set that intention. What is it that you want to create? As we are stepping now into 2026, I want you to really set your intention. 2025, this is what I created. And now you have opportunity to really step in 2026 with the desire of be able
Mm,
to dream again, right? If you brush your dream under the carpet, bring it out, because
yeah.
you worth every inch of it. You
Mhm.
deserve to share with the world what is it that you want to create in life. And
Yes.
when you do that from the place of authenticity, world want to hear more from you. They
Hmm.
are waiting for you to see your beautiful self, to
Yes.
see your open heart, um, with that. So I want you to notice what happened in 2025. Who have you been? Like, have you been complaining? Have you been like a word is not working out? Or have you been like a positive about it, wanting to change, saying
Mhm.
that this is your time and you are ready for it. You are taking action that is aligned to what is it that you want to create, and embody that, right? Which is the shine framework that I will be walking you all through in my thesis, right? Self-acceptance, being honest, create that intention, notice without judgment, because it's easy to judge ourselves,
Mhm.
beat ourselves up. Why? Because we are not truly accepting who we are,
Yeah.
and embody it. And when you put this all together, you can shine bright like a diamond. Yes, you can. Yes, right? Because this is who you are. You can see a stone of diamond and not giving nothing for it, because it
Mm,
haven't been polished yet.
yeah.
But when you take a time to work deeper on the things that is holding you back,
Mm,
you not only will shine bright, but
mhm.
your worth is higher, because what happened is you just position in the wrong place, right?
Mm,
Of the water, right? In the supermarket, it has
mm,
price. In the airport, it has the whole nother different level of price. So if you are
mm,
sitting there, seeing yourself as this diamond that haven't been polished yet, I want to
mm.
invite you to come to there to be seen, because you are this diamond who gets to shine bright and unpack
Yes.
the gift and share to the world who you truly are. And that is my gift for you, because I am ready to shine so bright and share to the world who I truly am. So when people say, "Oh my God, you are powerful," I am like, I know, right? Not
Yes.
this.
You agree. You agree. Yes, I am powerful. You look, you are
Yeah.
your own amen corner.
Yes, indeed. But in the way that I don't deflate it, I don't
Yeah.
push away because I'm not able to see it, but truly to embody and sync with it, because
Mm,
this is what God's made me. That is my final word, Nadira. If you want to
yeah.
add something,
Yes, I
yes.
love that. I can see the light in your eyes when you talk. I can tell, even just the way you're speaking, that you do embody it,
Mhm.
because it's easy to, when it comes to words, it's so easy to just spew them out. But I can tell by just looking at you that you're embodying the transformation that you're giving to other people. And I'm excited. I can't wait to see everything that God has placed on the inside of you and to see how it's manifesting. And I'm truly grateful for just you giving me the opportunity to just talk to you again and to share your truth. Again, I applaud you for the courage to make Sisterhood Check-In the very first public um, platform to be able to share such a courageous act of survival. So thank you. I don't take that for granted. And I'm looking forward to being there with you. And those of you that I'm going to be there with her. I'm going to be there to support her on January 7th. So make sure you go, make sure you register. It's absolutely free. I mean, it don't get no better than free, right? It's free to
Mhm.
you, but it cost her some oil. right? We talk a lot about the oil. It cost her some oil. So if you want some of that oil that she got as a result of the crushing that has been taking place in her life, man, make sure you register at the bit.ly/dare to be seen, so that you can be able to be a part of this transformation. Don't be hiding behind the screen. Make that first step. That's all we're asking you to do. Make the first step and allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to be positioned. You said that earlier, Keila, about just positioning. You had to position yourself for transformation, for change. So thank you, Keila, so much for joining me on his Sisterhood Check-In. I am so grateful. And all of you that are watching, make sure that you share this with somebody that you know that is going through the same thing, that's struggling with abuse, that's struggling with being their authentic self and not knowing how to show up, because some people are authentic in who they are. They just don't know how to package it in such a way that when people receive them, that they get to see not the toxic part of who we all are, because all of us have some sort of our life, some sort of trauma that we've had to work through, so that when we show up as our best. Right? We show up as who we are healed, right? We show up as who we are authentically, right? So make sure you share this with somebody. If you're watching on a replay, make sure you hit #replay and share with us in the comments and let us know some of the things that you've had to overcome and some of the things that you had to transform from. And we're looking forward to hearing that. We'll be in the comments and we'll be able to respond back to you. But again, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nadira.
Check-In is more than a community. It's a safe place for women who desire wisdom in every area of life. Hidden in biblical truth, we gather to learn, reflect, and grow together. No pressure, no pretending, just real women, real faith, and real wisdom.
Join the Sisterhood Check-In community on Facebook, where wisdom meets sisterhood.
Areola joy, let it cover my soul. Let the center redemption make my heart whole. I wear his promise. I wear his peace. The essence of a woman. Bold, yeah, me. Oh, the oil of joy is the fragrance of me.